Whenever I do mods, I give it some deep dive, and what mostly comes to mind is whenever I mess up, I'm thinking, am I prepared to replace this handheld as well as doing this on camera, giving others an idea, hoping this works out? Well, as I always say in my videos, I don't want to consider this a how-to video. You can follow along if you would like. So if I mess up, at least you know what not to do. This is tough because my Ally is all set up for me, and I spoke about this before. I know there's the Ally X with the better battery life, but what if we don't want to upgrade? All we need is those parts and we good. Well, I guess my request came in. So right here, I picked up this 74 watt hour battery. I made sure to check the reviews and it seems like it pans out. Now it's time for me to give this a shot. All right, let's get started. What is going on, you guys? Your boy Famous Kid Video Game Entertainment. And before we go any further, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. Click like, subscribing. It's always a big help. By the way, on the road for 3,000 subscribers. This may be a small channel, but I love our family of subscribers. I don't really ask for this, but you can also hit the join button and support my dumb spinning on these handhelds and parts. If you have a tech, nostalgia, or just a gaming problem and just not ready to deal with it yet like me, then join so we can keep this problem going. I ain't gonna waste my time on what's going on in the box. I'm just gonna show you this is all that comes in the box right here, including the instructions, but we are here for a visual, so we gonna hop right to it. The cutter gonna play a major part in this, but I think that the screwdrivers is super small, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna use like another tool. Now if you want to use these tools, that's up to you, because that way you don't have to worry about trying to search for tools or search for a screwdriver. It's right there. Now if you play heavy games on your Ally, I figure your device will heat up, and a good idea might be to add maybe like a sheet of aluminum, and I'll leave a link in the description for you. But I might do a bit of a janky idea that I definitely might be judged for, but I'm just gonna go for it. All right, now it's time to grab your Ally and just go ahead and just shut that bad boy off, okay? Then after that, we're just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna get like a little bit of like a towel right here, just like a microfiber towel, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and lay the Ally on top of it. We're gonna unscrew the 6 screws on the back. Remember that bottom middle screw does not come off, so don't try to pull it off. You don't want to mess up nothing, okay? Now after you get through, you can use the little spudger to just try to take off the back, but me, I use it just kind of go on the side and just kind of pop it off from the side and then just pull it off. It's pretty easy. Now this ribbon right here, I might just take it off if it kind of gets on my nerves, but right here you just get this little sticky right here. You just want to kind of easy pull that up, and then there's also a little bit of a film right here. You want to just take your time and pull them both up, okay? And then put that, I'm just going to put this one part right here to the side. The battery connection there is a silver piece that pushes forward, then the plug comes up. If your Ally is stock like mine, then you should see a warning piece of tape right here that actually covers a screw that's holding in the battery. Remove that, or you could just kind of kind of pick it up if you possibly can, just easily. But at the same time, what will happen is it's really easy to kind of rip off or tear or something like that. That's just basically probably just kills out the warranty. But whatever it is, say screw it and just screw it off along with the other 3 more screws that's attached to the battery. If you played your cards right, then all you have to do is just slip the battery right from under the ribbon. But since I'm sitting here, I might as well just go ahead and just remove the ribbon right here. All you have to do is just basically pull up the 2 black tabs up, and then you should be able to pull the ribbon right out towards you each side. But be careful because you don't want to mess up the ribbon. Now before we go to the back plate, there's going to be areas that we just got to go ahead and completely cut down or shave down. I'm going to probably be using a cutter, but if you have maybe like a Dremel tool, it'll probably work out a little bit. I preferably will probably consider that maybe it might be best to just use the cutter on here, and then if you want to use the Dremel on the back plate, that might be a better idea. And also be careful on those wires. If you cut one of those wires, you're gonna have a bad time. The parts are shaving, and now I just want to check my work real fast, just making sure everything looks like it's kind of leveled down. Onto the back plate, I'm going to create a box of the parts that you need to kind of shave down without hitting a few tabs or circles, okay? I'm going to point to some reds. Do not cut these. A Dremel tool might be better for you, more faster, but I'm just going to use the cutter. And there you have it right here. I'm just showing you how it looks, the shave parts. So just make sure there's no like sharp edges so to cut the battery, okay? Just make sure it's all pretty shaved down. Now the placement of the old battery, I went ahead and just replaced the screws back inside the holes just in case I needed to put back the other battery or just get a replacement OEM battery. Also took off the soft piece right here from its original spot. Also went ahead and moved this soft piece from its original spot just a little bit down towards the bottom. That way it can sit softly inside the case. Now it's time for my janky idea. Now in this case, I'm going to be using just regular house aluminum foil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of double it up just a little bit. And then I'm just going to size it up with the battery so that way it can fit right under the battery housing of the front part of the case. And then what I'm going to do to keep it in place, I'm just going to use Kapton tape. Seems like it's a nice snug fit. So before I go ahead and put the ribbon cable back on, I would like to go ahead and use these old sponges to put back up on the sides to keep the battery secure and in place. Ribbon cable, time to connect you. Don't forget to go ahead and push it in on the blue parts. And then after that, just make sure to pull down the black tabs. And it's secure. Place the black sticky back in its place. Hopefully we did everything right. So now the lid is going to securely fit on top or on the bottom. And then we're just going to go ahead and apply our screws back. Remember that bottom middle screw does not come out. So all you got to do is just put it back. Just basically screw it in. Now hold up, before we get too hyped up and push that power button, we must connect the power cable first, or the power adapter. Then we power it on. And once you fully get back to the setup, then you should be able to safely unplug the cable and you should be good to go. Now, I do recommend, these are just recommendations, and it says it in the manual or the directions that it says, it's best to just go ahead and just power it down after you get through and just let it just fully charge all the way, okay? That way you get a full charge and then you get to test out the battery however you want to do it, and this is that it's up to you. Now I also picked up one of these little grip cases this is like the black one, just to give me like that whole ROG Ally X feel. I know it ain't an Ally X. I'm just gonna make believe that it's close to it though, but this thing fits really nice and it feels really nice. The grip texture and everything is really on point. Definitely great quality. I'll leave a link in the description for it. So there you have it. What I'm about to do, I'm about to go ahead and just let this Ally chill, fully charged before I get down on some games. And it looks good. I like this case though. It's like, I'm gonna call it my Ally W because it's right next to X, but it's not an X fully. I mean, it's just a little bit next to it. It's like a wannabe, but at least that the fact is that we got like some sort of a upgrade for this device, and that's super cool. All right, and with that being said, I'm gonna be out, you guys. If you guys made it this far, I truly appreciate it. And from gamer to gamer, thanks for watching.